Hi class. For today's video, our topic is all about the examination of semen and seminal stains. To start, examination of semen and seminal stain composes of 4 parts. First is the physical examination. Second is chemical examination. Third is microscopic examination. And fourth is biological examination. Okay, physical examination. Dito titignan natin ano ang appearance ng ating seminal stain or ang ating seminal fluid. Ano yung appearance niya? Ano ba yung nakikita mo? Una, number 1 is color. Okay, color. Ano ba ang color ng ating seminal fluid? Ano yung semen na nakuha? Ating specimen. Okay? Diba, sabi natin, semen is a whitish fluid. Okay? White siya. White. Color white. And then, pag natutuyo siya o natuyo na siya, magkakaroon ng slight deepening of color. Nagiging dirty white na siya. Okay? And then, second, volume. Gaano ba kadami yung ating specimen? 'Di ba? Sa yung topic natin nung nakaraan, volume ng isang average or normal quantity of seminal fluid per ejaculation is 1 to 1.5 ml. Okay? Third, the liquefaction time. Okay? Etong liquefaction time, it means that the state of being liquid. Kasi 'di ba, ang semen is liquid siya, and then later on nagiging watery na siya, 'di ba? As time goes on, watery hanggang sa matuyo siya. 'Di ba? Liquefaction, the state of being liquid, titingnan natin kung liquid pa ba siya. Malapot ba siya? Ano pa? Watery na ba siya or tuyo na siya? Dito natin malalaman yung liquefaction time niya. Okay, 4. Viscosity. Viscosity is the property of resistance to flow in a fluid. Ibig sabihin, hindi na siya doon na belong sa liquefaction. Okay? Doon na siya sa, tuyo na siya, yung starchy. Ayan, stiff. Ganun siya. Okay? Another. Okay? Pag dry semen na yung ating iti-test sa physical examination, okay? When it is a dry semen, it gives a stiff, starchy feeling to the clot. Yung starchy, parang meron kang mahawakan na starch. Yan. It also produce slight deepening of the color with the disappearance of odor. Kasi tuyo na siya, so nawala na yung amoy niya, and it produces the slight deepening of color, yung nagiging nagiging parang dirty white. Okay? There are cases when stiffness of the fabric may appear in the garment kasi the garment was not properly dried in an open air before being packed. Nagkakaroon din ng tuyo na siya, dry semen na siya, pero kasi mali yung pag-pack, mali yung paglagay sa siya, 'di ba? In the collection, preservation, and the transmit of the specimen, 'di ba? Dapat patuyuin muna yung ating specimen, especially the semen and blood, 'di ba? Kasi they are prone to the moisture that it is believed that in the presence of moisture, certain bacteria act on the protein, and thus it destroy the stiffness. Pag itong bacteria, okay, kasi may moisture, hindi pa tuyo, nilagay na sa lalagyan, so ang bacteria pupunta doon. And then, kakainin niya, i-disintegrate niya yung spermatozoa kasi may protein doon. So, kakainin niya yung mga constituents ng ating specimen. Kaya masisira, kaya nawawala yung stiffness ng ating specimen na semen. Okay? Second, seminal stains exhibit bluish fluorescence under ultraviolet light. Okay? Provided that the cloth is clean and not dark. Ito is under na siya sa UV light. Titignan natin ano ang itsura ng specimen natin, ng seminal stain natin under the UV light. Okay? Ang dapat yung damit or yung ating fabric or yung cloth dapat clean. Ibig sabihin, malinis, puti, hindi dark color. Okay? Puti or somewhat white, dirty white, basta makita siya. Okay? Hindi siya dark dapat. Kasi pag dark, hindi yun siya makita under the ultraviolet light. So, dapat yun siya. Okay? Invisible and softened seminal stains on cloth can be rendered visible when the material is inspected under the UV light. Some other albuminous exhibit bluish fluorescence. So, if i-undergo natin yung ating specimen under the UV light, magkakaroon ng bluish fluorescence ang color. Pag parang blue, okay? Luminescence, fluorescence. Kumbaga, kumikinang na blue. Yan. We have here second part of the examination of semen and seminal stain is the chemical examination. Gagamit na tayo ng chemical or chemicals. Okay, so eto nahati na naman siya sa tatlo. So una is Florence Test. Second, Barbarians Test. Third is the Acidphosphatase Test. Meron tayong A, Fluorescence Test, B, Barbarians Test, C, Acidphosphatase Test. Sige. So, isa-isahin natin sila. So, first is Florence Test, letter A. So, it was introduced by Dr. Florence of Lysson. Okay, the reagent or the chemicals used is what we call the Florence reagent. Yung chemical na ihalo natin sa ating seminal stain is Florence reagent ang tawag. So, what is the composition of this reagent? So, meron tayong 1.65 grams of potassium iodide and 2 grams of iodine in 30 cc of water. Okay? Etong potassium iodide and iodine is na-mixed within the 30 cc of water. Okay? Procedure. Okay. Cut a portion of the stain and divide into small bits, then soak in saline solution. Okay? Yung ating example natin, meron tayong underwear. Okay? Ika-cut natin into portions ang ating stain. Okay? Small bits. Maliliit. Ika-cut natin, gugunting. Guguntingin sa hanggang sa magkaroon tayo ng small bits. Okay? And then, yung ating nakat is ibababad natin sa saline solution or saline solution. Okay? Second, transfer into a slide, tease, and evaporate the liquid. Ita-transfer natin yung ating binabad na portion. Okay? Ibababad. Ita-transfer natin sa slide, yung glass slide, yung ginagamit natin sa under the microscope, doon natin ilalagay. Okay? Tease and evaporate the fluid. Okay? So, patutuyuin natin siya doon sa slide para mawala yung fluid or yung saline solution na nakababad sa kanya. And then, third, add a drop of Florence reagent and cover with slip. Lalagyan na natin siya ng chemical na Florence reagent. And then, i-cover ng ating cover slip. Okay? Saka natin siya i-examine under the microscope. Okay? Once na nagtitest tayo, magkakaroon tayo maybe positive or maybe negative result. The positive result of this Florence test, ayan siya, crystal of choline periodide which are dark brown, rhombic or needle shape that occurs singly on or in cross or even group in clusters. It resembles hyamine crystal in shape, size, and color. So, pag ang positive, ibig sabihin, positive na may sperm yung ating, ano yun siya, yung ating evidence. Okay? Makikita mo yung crystal of choline periodide. Ano yung crystal choline periodide? Ayan siya. Ang itsura niya na makikita mo under the microscope, color niya is dark brown, and then ang shape niya is rhombic or needle shape. Ayan siya. Yung parang, ano siya, needle. Okay? Yung buntot ng semen, parang needle. Okay? It resembles hyamine crystal. Yung parang sa blood, 'di ba sa test natin, meron tayong hyamine test sa blood ganun din, it resembles this shape, size, and color. Ganun din yung itsura ng ating seminal stain under the chemical test of Florence. Okay? Another, pag negative reaction o wala o negative result, wala, hindi present ang sperm or ang semen sa ating specimen. Okay? It may be due to the absence of fluid or spermatic fluid have not reacted with the reagent due to the low choline content because of over-dilution. Okay? Florence test is only preliminary. Presence of spermatozoa confirms the presence of seminal stain. Florence test daw is only preliminary test. Pangunang test lang kung present ba talaga yung sperm or not. Okay? Una siya na test, preliminary. Kasi the presence of spermatozoa confirms the presence of seminal stain. So, titignan kasi ni Florence test kung present ba si sperm. Kasi kung andyan si sperm, ibig sabihin meron seminal stain. Di ba? Kasi si seminal stain, ang constituent niya is, di ba, meron tayong meron tayong sperm, meron tayong yung yung element niya ng yung seminal fluid. 'Di ba? Meron tayong seminal fluid, meron tayong yung element na sperm, or meron tayong crystal of choline and epithelial cells. 'Di ba? So ibig sabihin daw pag ang sperm sa Florence test present, ibig sabihin may seminal stain. So pag wala yung presence ng sperm, hindi mo makita sa Florence test, ibig sabihin walang seminal stain. Negative reaction. It may give negative reaction kasi baka wala talaga doon yung seminal fluid. Kaya negative. Or pwede din na low choline content because of over-dilution. Diba, imimix natin yung ating portion of the stain into the saline solution or the saline solution. Diba? Ibababad natin doon. So, baka na-over-dilute. Nasobrahan natin ng babad. Kaya nagkakaroon ng negative. Or pwedeng yung reason is ang reagent natin, okay? Diba dapat imimix yung potassium iodide and iodine sa 30 cc of water lang. So, Ganun din, pwede din yung reason kung pwede na bakit magiging negative. Okay? Okay? So, meron ding limitation itong ating Florence test. Okay? Ang limitation niya is number 1. If the clothes having seminal stains are not dried carefully, so choline peroxide is decomposed completely. So, result in negative reaction. So, ibig sabihin daw, yung cloth o clothes na ating nakuha na merong seminal stain, hindi na dry ng maayos. Di ba dapat air dry yung ating semen? So, hindi siya hindi siya magkakaroon ng positive reaction, nagkakaroon ng negative because of because the stain is not dried carefully. So, ang choline natin, choline peroxide, is decomposed completely. Nasira. Diba? Kasi magkakaroon ng moisture pag hindi natuyo. And then, the bacteria, so kakainin, i-disintegrate na yung composition ng seminal stain. So, kaya nagiging negative reaction. So, yun yung limitation ng Florence. Pag hindi natuyo ng maayos yung ating stain, so, ibig sabihin, magkakaroon siya ng negative sa reaction na Florence test. Second, after 24 hours, it is negative due to rapid decomposition but spermatozoa are detected. Okay? After 24 hours mo pa na-test yung ating specimen. So, magkakaroon siya ng negative reaction. Magkakaroon ng negative result kasi madali lang ma-decompose, 'di ba? Yung ang semen, madali lang ma-decompose. Pero kahit na decompose na 'yan siya, after 24 hours, positive pa rin na makita yung spermatozoa kung present ang spermatozoa, kung present ang sperm. Okay? So third, even after a long period of 2.5 years, it will give positive result provided thoroughly dried and preserved. And it is free from blood and other albuminous substances. Okay? Kahit daw 2.5 years na ang nakaraan, okay, it will give a positive result provided na dapat natuyo ng maayos yung ating specimen, ang ating semen or seminal stain. At saka free from blood, walang nakahalong dugo or other substances na albuminous. Okay? Albuminous substances, example, yung nahalo is yung kita niyo yung sa itlog, the egg white. Okay? Meron yan siyang albuminous substance. So, pag nahalo yan sa ating seminal fluid, so pagdating dito sa Florence test, magkakaroon ng negative result. 4. If the seminal stain is wet and mixed with blood. Ayan. So, wala din, negative result din yung ating Florence test pag yung ating seminal stain is basa and nahalo sa dugo. Okay? So, another chemical examination is under Barbarians Test. Okay? Dito sa Barbarians Test, ang gagamitin natin na reagent or chemical is saturated aqueous or alcoholic solution of picric acid. So, yung picric acid yung gagamitin natin. Pwedeng saturated aqueous picric acid or alcoholic solution of picric acid. Okay? The procedure. So, number 1, anong gagawin natin? Soak a piece of stained material in a 2.5% solution of trichloroacetic acid for 1 hour in a test tube. So, yung ating stained material, di ba kanina nag-cut tayo ng maliliit, small bits of the stained material? So, at dito, kukuha tayo ng stained materials at Okay. Ilalagay natin sa test tube na may 2.5% solution ng trichloroacetic acid. Ibababad natin siya for 1 hour. Okay? Second, centrifuge the test. Ano ba yung centrifuge? Yung i-evaporate natin yung, ano yun siya, through heat. Kita niyo yung test tube na nilalagay sa, ano yun siya, sa heat. So, ganun yung gagawin natin para mag-evaporate yung, ano yun siya, yung water. Okay? Yung liquid, mag-evaporate. So, third, get the clear liquid part and add to an equal amount of saturated aqueous or alcoholic solution of picric acid on a glass slide. Okay? And then you observe under the microscope. Get the clear liquid part. Yan. Ano daw yun? Ano ang ibig sabihin? So, kukunin natin yung, di ba, by heat. So, kukulo yan. And then, mag-evaporate yung iba. And then, kukunti yung, ano yun siya, yung water na andoon o yung ating solution na nilagay sa test tube. So, and then, ilalagay natin yung liquid part. Okay, kukunin natin siya. At lalagyan ng equal amount ng saturated aqueous alcoholic solution of picric acid on a glass slide. So, yung ating stained materials, stained material, ilalagay natin sa glass slide, and then another reagent or the reagent of the Barbarians Test ang ilalagay natin sa stained material at i-observe natin sa microscope. So, sa lahat ng test, so, di ba meron tayong positive and negative result. So, dito sa ating Barbarians Test, magkakaroon tayo ng positive result. So, kung ang positive result niya, dapat ganito yung makita mo. Crystal that are slender, yellow tinted, rhomboid needles with obtuse angle or appear as a void crystal. So, yun yung ating positive result. So, ano yung itsura niyan? So, yung itsura daw niyan is yung ating rhomboid needles. Di ba kanina sa Florence Test, meron din tayong rhombic needle shape na crystal. Doon is dark brown ang color. Dito is slender yellow tinted. Ibig sabihin, maputla na payat na maputla. Di ba needle? Alam niyo yung needle. So, yung needle daw na makikita mo doon is putla, payat. Yan. Slender yellow tinted rhomboid needles with obtuse angle or appear as a void crystal. Ibig sabihin yung kanyang angle is not exceeding 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. Ibig sabihin, it is not pointed. These crystals are made of specimen picrate. Okay. Barbarians Test is almost specific for human semen. Almost specific siya. Kasi lahat, basta human semen, magkakaroon siya ng positive result. Even the stain as old as 6 years, mag-respond pa sa test na to. Kung kanina, di ba, limitation of the Florence is 2.5 year lang. So, dito sa Barbarians Test, kahit 6 years old na yung stain na yan, pwede siya. Okay? Magkakaroon pa rin ng positive result. Magre-respond pa rin yun siya sa test natin na ito. Also, the test is carried out with fresh, dried, or dissolved semen. So, itong si Barbarians Test, pwede siya sa fresh semen, pwede siya sa dried, tuyo, or dissolved semen. So, pwede siya. Magkakaroon pa rin siya ng positive result. Okay? So, letter C na tayo. Letter C is acid phosphatase test. Sorry. C is for acid phosphatase test. Okay? This test is the best way to locate and at the same time characterize a seminal stain. Pwede siyang makalocate ng seminal stain. Okay? And then, pwede niya pang i-characterize. Makikita niya pa, magkakaroon pa ng positive result. This acid phosphatase test replaced the Florence test in reliability. Pinalitan niya yung ating Florence test. Kasi ito is mas, upgraded. And it was shown to be specific for human and higher apes. Specific siya. Kanina si Barbarius almost specific. Dito naman si acid phosphatase test specific talaga na magkakaroon ng positive result basta human semen. And also, kaya niya din yung higher apes. Ano ba yung mga higher apes? Yung mga mukhang tao na unggoy. Joke. Okay? The test is based fundamentally upon the extraordinary high acid phosphatase content of the human male ejaculate. Phosphatase is the enzymes present in semen. Si phosphatase daw, present siya sa semen, kaya mas madali na makita yung ating yung ating result, the positive result sa acid phosphatase test. Kasi yung ating phosphatase mismo is present sa sa seminal fluid. Okay? Ang reagent na gagamitin natin dito or the chemical Na-A-naphthyl phosphatase. Ano yung Na-A? It is the sodium alpha naphthyl phosphatase. Na stands for sodium, di ba? A is alpha. So, sodium alpha naphthyl phosphatase. And also, another reagent, fast blue dye. Okay? Fast blue dye. Procedure. Paano natin gagawin o paano natin iti-test? Una, moisten with water a piece of filter paper. Okay, babasain natin yung filter paper. Yung nakita niyo sa video, yung gisend ko sa inyo sa ating Google Classroom. Okay, meron doon acid phosphatase test. Babasain, spray natin yung filter paper para mabasa siya. And then, swab the stained area with filter paper. Isa-swab natin yung ating basang filter paper doon sa stained area. Okay? Third, the acid phosphatase will be transferred to the filter paper. Okay, the acid phosphatase, magta-transfer siya sa ating filter paper na yung binasa natin ng filter paper. 4, add a drop or 2 quarts of sodium alpha naphthyl phosphatase. So, lalagyan natin siya ng drop or 2 drops of sodium alpha naphthyl phosphatase. Doon natin ilalagay sa filter paper. And then, yung ating positive result, after natin yung nagawa, so magkakaroon ng purple color. Okay? May purple color. Pag nag-color purple yan siya, ibig sabihin positive na may seminal stain. The purple color is indicative of acid phosphatase na present sa ating sa mga lalaki na semen. Hindi pala sa atin kasi babae ako. So, semen. Present siya sa semen ng lalaki. Okay? The third part of the examination or the semen or seminal stain examination is microscopic examination. microscopic na. Okay? Third na tayo. Third part. The chief purpose of microscopic examination is to determine the presence of spermatozoa. Ang purpose ng ating microscopic examination is to determine kung meron bang sperm na present dyan sa ating specimen. The identification of spermatozoa is at present the only specific test for semen. Okay? Ito lang yung ating sa present this time. Ang specific test for semen natin is at present etong microscopic examination, the identification of spermatozoa. Maliban doon sa ating chemical. Kasi sa chemical examination, gagamit tayo ng ano yun siya, ng chemicals. Pwede na, pero lalo na yung sa Florence at saka sa Barbarians, di ba i-observe natin sa microscope, and then yung acidphosphatase is basta mag-color purple siya, positive na siya, di ba? Dito sa microscopic, titignan talaga natin siya sa microscope. Di ba pag under the microscope, makikita mo talaga yung semen, yung constituent ng semen, kung may sperm ba siya, meron pa dyan mga albuminous substance, ano ba ang mga yung epithelial cells, diba? Titignan doon, makikita doon sa under the microscope. So, procedure. Una natin gagawin. A determination of spermatozoa in fresh semen is relatively easier than in stains. Hindi yan siya. Procedure ba? Yung number 1. Okay, i-edit natin. A determination of spermatozoa in fresh semen is relatively easier than in stains. So, mas madali daw dito sa microscopic examination na tignan na makita ang spermatozoa kung fresh ang semen. Ibig sabihin, liquid pa siya. Okay? Mas madali. Kasi pag stain na siya, ibig sabihin tuyo na siya, medyo mahirapan ka. Okay? So, first procedure, transfer a drop of specimen to a glass slide. Okay? Kukuha tayo ng drop ng ating specimen, lalagay sa glass slide. Second, add a drop of water or saline solution and cover with cover slip. Lalagyan ng tubig or pwedeng saline solution, i-cover ng cover slip. I-examine din natin siya under the high power objective. So, ano nga ang rules pag gagamit ka ng microscope? Una ka, ilalagay mo muna sa low power objective hanggang mag high power objective ka. 'Di ba? Yun yung ating one. So, you should examine it under the high power objective. 4. Observe for the presence of spermatozoa. Titignan mo kung may gumagalaw-galaw ba dyan ng mga sperm. Titignan mo ano ang present doon sa specimen mo. Titignan mo. Mabilis ba silang gumalaw? Madami ba sila? O kakaunti lang? So, yun yung titignan mo. So, next is the determination of spermatozoa and seminal stain under pa rin tayo sa microscopic test. So, dito, ang gagawin mo is, 1. A piece of material is teased and slide in a drop of water. So, yung material natin, yung stained material, ilalagay natin sa slide at lalagyan ng drop of water. Second, allow to smear to dry and then stain with Laufer's methylene blue for a minute. Wash with water, dry, and examine under the microscope. So, allow the smear to dry. Diba nilagyan natin siya ng tubig? A drop of water. So, we will let it dry. And then, pag tuyo na siya, babasain naman natin siya ng yung Loeffler's methylene blue. Ibababad natin siya for a minute, 1 minute. Okay? Saka natin i-wash with water. Huhugasan natin siya. And then patutuyuin ulit. And then i-examine under the microscope. So, yun siya. madidetermine natin, makikita natin yung meron ding limitation itong ating doon microscopic test. Okay, the limitation of the microscopic test. The absence of sperm does not prove that the stain has not been produced by human semen. Ibig sabihin, kasi titignan natin, 'di ba dito kung may sperm ba or wala. Okay, yung sperm, the living organism, titignan natin. So, pag wala daw yung sperm, hindi daw ibig sabihin yan na yung seminal stain na yan is hindi sa tao galing. Kasi 'di ba meron tayo yung dalawang case, the oligospermia and aspermia. 'Di ba? Meron tayong ganun sa ating topic. Last natin na topic. So, aspermia. Aspermia is ano ba? Meron ba siyang sperm o wala? Okay? Sa aspermia, there is no presence of spermatozoa in their seminal fluid. Ibig sabihin, sa tao pa rin galing yung seminal fluid na yan, pero wala lang sperm. Ibig sabihin, wala lang talaga siyang sperm, pero meron siyang seminal fluid. Kasi yung oligospermia is may sperm siya, pero kaunti lang. Sa seminal fluid niya, yan siya, low sperm count or few. Okay, kunti lang yung kanyang sperm. Elements which may obstruct detection of spermatozoa. Meron tayong mga elements kung bakit hindi natin ma-detect yung sperm. Una, nature of fabric. Ano ba yung nature ng fabric? Kasi madami tayong klase ng fabric. 'Di ba? Meron tayong cotton, merong silk, linen, ano pa dyan. So, makakuan din yan siya, minsan makasira ng, ano yun siya, maka-obstruct ng ating examination. Second element, age of the stain. Gaano na ba katagal yung stain na yan? Kasi madali lang ma-decompose yung ating seminal fluid. 'Di ba? And then, depende sa test kung ilang years ang pwede niya. Kasi 'di ba may limitation sa Florence 2.5. Sa Barbarians, 6 years. As long as 6 years. 'Di ba? So, depende sa age ng stain. And then, third is the condition to which the stain was exposed before reaching the laboratory and handling the specimen. Yung condition, excuse me, yung condition kung saan na-expose yung ating seminal stain. Kasi minsan, 'di ba, si stain nasa ano pa lang siya, nasa crime scene. So, pwede siyang ma-expose sa sunlight or sa heat, 'di ba? Depende sa condition. So, pwede siyang maka-apekto sa ating specimen or pwedeng yung sa handling ng specimen. O ngayon, 'di ba bawal i-roll yung ating cloth? 'Di ba bawal i-roll kasi masira yung kasi brittle siya. Pag tuyo siya, brittle siya, 'di ba? Matigas. So pag i-roll mo 'yan, yung ating cloth, so saka ilalagay, so nasira na yung ating specimen. So dapat handle with care at sundin ang guidelines kung paano mag-collect, mag-preserve ng specimen. Okay? Some medical jurists believe that there can be no sperm without the presence of spermatozoa, but it is not true in case of aspermia and oligospermia. Sabi ko kanina, 'di ba? Hindi lahat ng seminal stain, kahit sa human pa yan, is may sperm. Kasi meron tayong case na aspermia and oligospermia. Pag aspermia, ibig sabihin no sperm. May seminal fluid but no sperm. Si oligospermia, may seminal fluid, may sperm, pero kaunti lang yung sperm. Low sperm count. Okay. We have this last part of the examination. So, meron tayong biological examination. So, dito sa biological examination, this test is originally proposed by Farnum in 1901. Si Farnum yung original na nag-propose nitong biological examination noong 1901. He injected human semen to a rabbit from 5 to 8 times of intervals from 6 to 8 days. Okay? Yung kanyang examination, ginamitan niya ng rabbit. Okay? Yung human semen, gi-inject niya sa rabbit 5 to 8 times. Ang interval within 6 to 8 days. Okay? The serum, and then kumuha siya ng serum galing dun sa rabbit. And then the serum obtained from the blood of the rabbit gave a precipitate with both recent and old emulsions of human semen. Nakita doon sa serum na nakuha niya doon sa blood ng rabbit na present ang yung human semen. Nakita pa rin sa blood ng ating rabbit yung human semen. So, in 1928, okay, eto naman, dumating si Hectoym and Rastinant. Okay, gi-improve nila yung test ni Farnum. Okay, Hectoym and Rastinant showed that an anti-serum produced by immunizing rabbits with human semen is both species-specific and semen-specific. Okay? Diba kanina kay Farnum is rabbit nilagyan ng human semen. So, dito naman kay Hectoym and Rastinant, gumamit sila ng yung rabbit with human semen, gi-immunize nila doon kinuhaan nila doon ng dugo papunta doon sa rabbit na isa. So, dalawa yung rabbit nila. Yung isang rabbit is may human semen at yung isa is wala. Kumbaga, yung isang rabbit na may human semen, dun sila kumuha ng dugo, in-inject doon sa walang human semen na dugo, na rabbit. So, it gives a positive reaction with human blood. So, yung hindi directly gi-inject sa kanya yung human semen, nagkaroon siya ng positive reaction, positive reaction ng human blood. Yung, di ba? Yung rabbit number 2. Si rabbit number 1, merong human semen. Gi-inject mismo diretso sa kanya si human semen. And then, yung dugo niya, kinuha ulit, nilagay doon kay rabbit na walang human semen, rabbit number 2. So, ngayon si rabbit number 2, nag-positive sa reaction with human blood. Nag-positive siya. Okay? So, the spermatoprecipitants are of value in the identification of seminal fluid in certain cases. Like, for example, bestiality, when it may be desirable to differentiate between the human seminal fluid from that of an animal. So, dito sa biological examination, titignan natin kung meron bang human seminal fluid yung isang animal. Kung present ba, kasi may mga kaso na bestiality. Ginagamit ng tao ang hayop for their yun siya, para sa kanilang ginagawa nila bestiality. So, merong ganon. So, itong si animal, iti-test natin dito biological examination. Makikita natin kung present si human seminal fluid. Okay? Kung meron bang seminal fluid yung animal na yan. Okay? Limitations of the test. Okay, limitation, meron din siyang limitation. The bacterial action that produces disintegration of the spermatozoa and seminal stain is equally effective in decomposing and digesting the protein constituents of semen that acts the antigen-producing antibodies. Such seminal stain with the protein constituents completely disintegrated cannot possibly give a positive precipitin reaction. So magkakaroon ng negative result pag present si bacteria. Okay? Kasi si bacteria, okay, it can disintegrate the sperm in seminal stain. So, ma-decompose o ma-digest niya yung protein ng semen, so makain niya, so magkakaroon ng negative result. Okay. Ngayon, ang last topic for this video, pwede ba natin i-group yung ating seminal stain? Pwede ba siyang i-group? Okay? Procedure recommended for grouping of seminal stain. So, pwede natin siyang i-group. Okay? Number 1, the portion of the material that the stain is cut out or where no definite border can be made out, the entire article may be used for preparing the extract. So, mag-prepare tayo ng extract from the material stain or the stained material. Second, placed in a beaker and extracted with an excess of boiling distilled water for 10 minutes. Pakukuliin natin siya in distilled water. Dapat boiling 10 minutes siya i-boil. Okay? Third, the extract is clarified by centrifuge and then evaporated to dryness over water bath. So, centrifuge natin siya, hayaan na mag-evaporate hanggang sa maubos yung water doon sa, sa beaker. 4. The residue is dissolved in a few drops of distilled water and this extract is tested for its agglutinogens content. Okay, yung residue, i-dissolve natin ulit sa distilled water. And then, the extract is tested for agglutinogens content. Yung agglutinogens, di ba yun yung sa ating blood? So, yun yung gagamitin natin sa test para mag-group natin ang seminal stain. The procedure in grouping blood stains may be used for the seminal stain. Kaya nga, eto, merong procedure. So, yun yung gagamitin natin. 'Di ba meron tayong test nung sa blood natin na topic, gagamitin natin yung blood grouping test. So, gagamitin din natin dito, pwede sa seminal stain. Malalaman natin yung blood group ng seminal stain. Okay? And that ends our video. I hope you learned a lot. Malapit na yung ating exam. So, thank you and keep safe.